guys, as you know, today we will be talking about Universes Collide and what exactly happened to this film. Well, as you know, I started it I said it was going to come out in uh, originally it would be December of 2022 because I started it sometime in September. And as you know, probably changed the date a bit later, and then I changed it again to not being confirmed. Well, now it's been canceled, and most of you probably have figured that out by now. But do you really know why? Well, that's exactly why we're answering today. Well, it's pretty big reasoning. It all started back when I started the film. I had a team. This team first consisted of me, the Creative Mind 727, Woody Studios, and Cody Anger. And, well, this team was all supposed to pitch in and put clips into the movie, and also put some voice lines, because I originally wasn't going to have a big cast as far as the voice characters. I thought all four of us could do character voice lines. As you know, that changed later, but anyway, we started the do things, and well, already I had one problem, and that problem was not everyone completely had the same mindset about this movie. Some disagreed, some didn't, but as always, we kept moving on, and eventually I uploaded this video. Please watch this video, or maybe it was deleted and I can't completely remember, because most likely I deleted it. I couldn't look back now, and this kind of happened. And as you know, I was working on this movie for 9 months, so that's not very responsible. Which is exactly why I'm making this video, because I need to talk about why this happened. And soon, someone had to be removed. This was the first problem. So, one thing to make a note of, I didn't really want to mention names at the time, because I didn't want to attack someone or anything. But let's be honest, I'm kind of past that now. I'm gonna mention names if I have to. I mean, not trying to get anyone to get too attacked, but I'm just gonna say what happened, because explaining this without explaining names will be too hard. So, basically, I removed Cody Anger, and what happened with that? Well, at the time, we had some misunderstandings. Basically, something happened in the group chat, and, well, I decided for this time we remove him, and I announced that. Well, then I all the trailers which had his name into was put on private, still is private to this day, and then changed them, but with him removed, basically edited anything that he did out, and, well, he was edited out. Then after that, we continued on. So then I started getting DMs about people wanting to help out with this film, and kind of got convinced to add more people. One of them people being CraftyBot. He's long since changed his name now, so finding him will probably be way too hard, so don't even try. Anyway, so he was supposed to play Sonic the Hedgehog, movie Sonic the Hedgehog, to be completely fair, because apparently in this movie we was going to have game Sonic and movie Sonic. So things was getting a bit confusing pretty easy. Anyway, he decided he was going to offer to play Sonic because he said that he would have the perfect voice for that. I consulted the group about this situation, and we agreed to letting him. And to be honest, he wasn't too big of a problem, and he didn't really do anything though. That's the main problem. He didn't do nothing. So for now, that's just gonna be a mention, and he's not really a big part of the problem. Now, someone else DM'd me wanting to play Skeletor. Originally, I was gonna play Skeletor because, well, I thought I knew the character best. Anyway, this person was a fan of Masters of the Universe just like me. And, well, they was going to be pretty good for the part. At least, that's what I thought. Until they started doing some pretty bad things. And, now, I'm not really going to go completely out about what things they did, because I want to keep this channel relatively family friendly, and if discussing the whole thing would probably make me lose that. Anyway, let's just say one thing, they was bullying the group and bullying my friends, right? They was bullying them, and I at first I didn't really want to believe that. I didn't think that they was, and I'm sure if they are out there, they know they know I'm talking about them, but I'm not gonna say who they are because I don't want to really. Now, their name I will not mention because they're not really that as big of a part of the problem. Anyway, so they started bullying the group chat in a way. Yeah, well, not me specifically. I didn't really know much about them, but some things they was doing was holding up some pretty big red flags, and when I seen them, I decided to ignore them, which was a mistake on my behalf. Anyway, my friend finally told me what was up about them, which was the Creative Mind 727. They talked about them, and I decided to go confront them. And when I did so, they decided they would make this, pretty big deal. But so I decided to kick them out of the film after this, and well, that means the Skeletor voice actor would have been me. That is, if the film would have remained to still happen, and it originally was. But as you know, earlier I mentioned we was down to 3 people. But unfortunately, I felt like no one was really helping anymore. Now, the Creative Mind 727 did pull his weight quite well, so as far as him, he helped pretty good. So shout out to him out there. And I'll probably talk about him a bit later in this video. We're still quite good friends, and we are he's going to get mentioned later. Anyway, aside from that, we need to talk about someone else that was in the project, Woody Studios. I'm not really going to talk about him too much, but he only did one scene for the movie and didn't really do no voice acting or anything. So as far as him helping with the movie, he was pretty low anyway. So that kind of made the project seem like it was only 2 people left. So so before kicking the person that I mentioned earlier, which was playing Skeletor, I took a break from this movie for what seemed like 2 or 3 months, because the dismotivation to even film this movie really was getting to me. So I basically just stopped worrying about it for a while. And as you know, in the meantime, I was posting videos, a lot of videos not being proud of, because this movie stopped me from even wanting to do stop motion anymore. And it kind of destroyed me as a person on YouTube. But I decided I would need to try forcing myself to finish this movie, so in order I can fix it, release it, and finally end the misery. Now, I tried so hard to force myself to do this movie, but unfortunately, I decided this isn't gonna work. I've already held out for 9 months, and after all the work that was left to do to finish this movie, I couldn't do it. So in order to finally fix this problem, I decided to cancel this movie. But what was the problems I faced on the way while doing this movie? Well, the amount of backlash that I got while trying to form a Avengers team to freaking do this movie really made my passion seem like it was the worst thing ever. In fact, I'm only just now doing stop motion again, and the exact reason was people ruined it for me. The whole movie ruined it for me, and well, that kind of got me in a bad situation. Well, I decided to finally cancel it, and that would be the end of it. And the thing is, there's more. I decided the leftover footage that I did do, I decided to put it in a storage. Put it in storage, right? If I decided to do something with this, because mind you, I did still put a lot of work in it. I did a lot of the scenes. Like I said, I probably did the most work on the movie, but at the same time, I had help from the Creative Mind 727, and we was still doing most of the work of this movie. Sometimes we had some disagreements about the way the plot should go. Things worked out pretty decently, which again wasn't a huge problem. But I decided to, cancel it as I mentioned earlier. I put the file of what was left of the movie in storage. Once I put it in storage, I waited for a while. I decided, well, in the meantime, I'll just post a few other things on YouTube. But I still wanted to do stop motion. It was still my passion. Still is my passion. It was why I created this channel in the first place. And I, give you an idea what this happened is, you remember the Optimus Prime review, I posted it. But before that was doing the, videos where I was just talking about movies and stuff, and, that right there was a bit before it was like, in between that time I officially canceled Universes Collide. But what I did next was I took the file, and this was like, I don't know, this is like been a few weeks ago when I did this. This is like different time, but I finally thought, I was like, well, it's time to make something that I wanted Universes Collide to be, something that was still mine. And these clips, I still put a lot of thought and work into it. I did a lot of days. I went out and I filmed. I went outside and I filmed. And, I decided to put these clips into, and also, mix them with some other clips, so I put them together. I created something. I put some music, which was from Blacklight Diss Track, which, his songs are fire. As you know, I've been using them a bit more. And I would definitely recommend you checking him out. But I put the song on there, put it together, and created something. So I called it My Cinematic Universe, because my cinematic universe doesn't have a name. My stop motion universe doesn't have a name. So call it My Cinematic Universe, because it was my cinematic universe, and it's still my cinematic universe. So I made that the video, and I posted it. But the reason why I'm making this video in the first place is I thought I would have to explain to what actually happened. I mean, I did a lot of promotion for this film that was happening. I talked about it in live streams. I talked about it on Instagram, like my Universes Collide Instagram account. I did that one, and also Justin's Creations 09, which that account I don't use anymore. You probably know that because I mentioned I'm doing Epic Games fan now. Anyway, that's what I did. But, and again, I still had one thing left to do, which was to explain why it happened, which leads us to now. But I learned a lot from this mistake. Huge collapse isn't always the best thing to do. And, you know, that's exactly how I felt. And, you know what? I'm gonna just stick to my own now. It's the best thing for me, you know. I tried working well with others, but sometimes that's hard. The amount of controversy I had basically poisoned the whole project. Yeah. So I basically left the whole group that made this movie, and I still am friends with the Creative Mind 727 as always, and that's what I was talking about. But the rest of the people kind of didn't help with this movie, made it kind of a failure. Now, once again, I still have respect for most of these people. Well, some of them I don't, but most of them. Even though not all of them pulled their weight, I still have lots of respect for them. And in the end, it doesn't even matter. I decided it's time to finally move on. Be the person I want to be on YouTube. And that right there is what I've learned. Now, one note to you for this video. The best thing to do when you have a passion is to pursue it by yourself. And that's what I'm doing now. Sometimes the drama of a community can ruin the whole thing in general. So that right there is what I have to say. Now, my cinematic universe is revived. So, yeah. I think I would like to give a shout out to all the people who does support me. And if you would so kindly give this video a like, I would appreciate it. Because it's time to make some better content. And that right there, these things is what I've been thinking about. This is why I haven't been uploading much lately. And I can't promise that my uploads is gonna be on schedule. But I can promise one thing. When they do come out, they'll be the best I can do. And just like I wanted Universes Collide to be the best, I'll make the best from now on. And that right there will be our ending note for this video. I sure hope you still found it entertaining. If so, give it a like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
It was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.